Hey guys, it's Deb from Deb's Journey, and today I want to talk to you about a topic that seems to be asked a lot, which is how do you start the keto diet or the keto lifestyle, like I like to put it. And here we go. So the first thing I'd like to say is before you start any kind of new diet or lifestyle change as far as diet goes, you have to consult your doctor. I am not a doctor. This is just my opinion. These are things that I have myself researched. I've looked up, spent lots of time researching the keto diet and how to make it work for me. And I would suggest you do the same thing. I'm only giving you tips and tricks of things that I've myself done for the past year and have been very successful with. And I could only hope that it would be successful for you as well. And so yeah, just want to let you know that first. I'm not a doctor. Talk to somebody, talk to a professional before you start anything. Alright, let's get to the video. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do is your mindset. You have to change the way that you think. This has to be something that you have to decide to do long term, or until you reach that certain goal that you're trying to reach. If you are like me and you've tried everything, every diet that you've gone on, you've already setting yourself up for failure because maybe you don't shop for the necessary foods, or you don't plan ahead, or I always set myself up for failure in that way in the past. It wasn't until I started my keto journey that I actually started, I had to change my mindset. I had to decide, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And like I've told you in the past, if I chose to do a treat day, then I will do that day and I will not eat anything else off keto for the rest of the week. I had to get that in my mind. Before, when I would be on a diet, I would have a treat day or a cheat day or a weekend or week, and then I would be like, you know what, whatever, I already messed up, whatever, I'm just not gonna do this anymore. That has been the number one thing that has always caused me to fail, is my mindset. Me not choosing to let this be a lifestyle thing. It was exactly what I called it before, a diet. So it was something that I thought that it was going to be temporary, that I was just going to do until I reached a certain point, and then that's it. But keto has kind of changed my mind about what I want to eat long term. Okay, and so I have decided that this is something that I've been happy doing, and it has been something that I've been able to continue doing successfully, and I enjoy the foods. And so yeah, it's all about your mindset. And if keto is not the thing for you, then try something else. But regardless of what you do, it first has to be in your mind. You have to change your mindset about this. To start anything, it has to first be made up in your mind, and you have to be that person that pushes you. If no one else around you is pushing you, then you need to do it for yourself. Think of a goal that you want to reach. Think of something that you want to obtain in life that will push you towards this goal. So your mindset, that's the first thing that I would recommend that you change in order for any of this to be successful. Alright, the second thing that I would like to mention is removing all temptation from your house. I understand if you live with people, maybe you have kids and you're married, or maybe you have roommates, however it is that you, whatever your living situation is at home. If you're doing this by yourself and you don't live with anybody else, well then it's easier to do that, right? So get rid of all temptation. Even if you are doing this and you have a house full of people who are not doing keto, then you need to set yourself up for success. So prepare things ahead of time so that whenever you want to reach for that candy bar, you want to reach for, that scoop of pasta, or if you want to eat that pizza, then you have something else to go to that will satisfy you just like you would with those items. Removing all those things in your house, again, if you're by yourself, then that would be one of the main things, so that you won't have to see them whenever you already start keto. So I guess that kind of goes back to your mindset. If you have a house full of people who are not doing keto, so there's chips and there's, ice cream in the freezer, and there's, whatever, a loaf of bread, easy to make a sandwich or something. It goes back to that first thing, which is your mindset. You have to decide, I don't want that, And one thing that has been kind of helping me, and I just kind of put this in my mind, and I say it every time that I want something off keto. I already know what that tastes like. I've had that. Clearly, I've had that. That's what got me in this situation in the first place. And I know what it tastes like. I know what those Cheetos taste like. I know what that bread tastes like. I know what that cereal tastes like. I already know. I've had that. I've had enough of it. Now it's time for a change. And so this is something that I'm always telling myself, because it's true. I do know what that tastes like. I've had plenty of it. I'm reaping the consequences of overindulging in those things. And so yeah, it all goes back to your mindset. So if you live in a house full of people who are not doing keto with you, then maybe you need to try to find a keto buddy, somebody that maybe is not in your house, but maybe, I know there's groups on Facebook. You can also join me on Facebook under Deb's Journey, and there's we can find, you can ask me questions, you can ask for support, telling me, hey, I'm struggling in this area, and then I'll try to help you as much as I can. And hopefully I can, gather enough people around you to, even if it's virtually, to encourage you and join some kind of support group. I've joined a group on Facebook as well. And so if you find it kind of hard to do that, then find someone in real life who's doing it, someone in your neighborhood, someone at work maybe. You'll be surprised how many people are really doing keto. So you never know. Find somebody that's going to encourage you. So the next thing that you have to do to start keto is you have to face the facts. So you're going to have to weigh yourself. Dun dun dun, right? This is the scary part, to face the facts, to see how much you really weigh. Don't go by, 2 years ago I weighed myself and I was this amount of weight. No, you could have lost weight, you could have gained weight. So get yourself a scale. I bought mine on Amazon. I think it was like $26 or something. And weigh yourself on the same scale. Sometimes I think I even used my sister's scale to try to weigh myself, and it ended up being the same. But if you go to the doctor, it's a good time to kind of weigh yourself, and then weigh yourself at home, see what you need to adjust on your home scale. But anyway, weigh yourself. So the best time to weigh yourself would be first thing in the morning, before you've eaten, and after you've gone to the bathroom. I don't mean pee, okay? Go to the bathroom, okay? And sometimes I like to do this on Saturdays. Right now my weigh-in day is Saturdays, and I will go to the bathroom and then I will weigh myself. And so that will be your starting point, so you can face those facts, like I said, to see how much your goal is. And I guess you can have in your mind how much you want to weigh, but don't let that be your goal at the moment, okay? Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds, okay? So say, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds right now, okay? And so you'll see that when you first start keto, you'll lose the bulk of your weight. It'll first be water weight. It won't necessarily be fat, but at least you'll be down a little bit, and look forward to those goals, and maybe reward yourself after you've reached those 10 pounds, not with a candy bar or nothing like that. That'll make you gain weight. But maybe, buying a new pair of pants or a new shirt, or maybe even, buying some sort of keto snack that you really like. One of the biggest rewards that you'll ever receive is being able to see how much weight you lose. I have clothes that are 6 sizes too big for me now, and I have them in a bag ready to donate. and they're clothes that I'm going to get rid of because I do not want them around anymore because I don't want to fit back into them. And so that will be one of the biggest rewards that you can get after you see that you've lost those 10 pounds and your clothes are fitting you better and you're feeling more energized, because with keto you do feel a rush of energy, and keto gives you a clarity. You're able to think a little bit more, speak a little bit more fluently without stuttering so much. My husband can vouch for me. I speak a lot more clear now, or I don't stutter as often. I still do. I'm me, but it's still a lot more clear than what I used to speak. So those are all really good motivations for you to keep going. Another thing that you can do besides weigh yourself is measure yourself. So you can get a measuring tape and measure your arms, measure around your chest, your stomach, measure a thigh, and measure your neck. And you can go put those measurements in a journal, and maybe week by week you can put what the difference is. And you may not see a loss on the scale, but you may see a loss in inches. So that is really awesome, right? So keeping a record of that is another good tip. When you first start keto, you're gonna be hungry. You almost feel insatiable, to where you just want eat, and that's okay. That's your body detoxing. It's your body saying, hey, something's wrong here. Where are the carbs? Where's the sugar? And so you're gonna be hungry. I was so hungry. I got hangry, because I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so hungry. I don't like this. I thought I was supposed to eat less, and now I'm eating more, and it's okay. You have to get over this hump of being hungry, because I promise you later on, you're not going to be so hungry. Again, when you get fat adapted, remember that's your body running on fat instead of carbs and sugar. Your hunger is going to be less, and you're going to eat less, okay? Sometimes I don't even need to eat dinner. I tend to, just because, I have to make dinner for my husband, but sometimes I'll maybe want like a turkey stick or something, like those little, like a beef jerky or something. Like, I'll be okay just eating that and a piece of cheese, and I can go to sleep and I'll be fine. But I've noticed how at first I was so hungry, I just wanted to eat everything, especially because, it's like a drug. Sugar is a drug. Just like any other drug, you're going to have withdrawals. And so you're going to be hungry at first, and you're going to crave carbs. You're going to crave sugar. You're going to crave all those things that you wanted in the past. But again, it goes back to the first thing, your mindset. How bad do you want this? So you're going to feel hungry. And so for the first 2 weeks, eat as much as you want that is low carb, okay? I want you to eat until you're satisfied. Don't overeat to where you're just like miserable, but eat to where you feel satisfied, okay? To where you feel like, okay, I'm not hungry, I'm good. And in the beginning, again, I had to fight through that first few weeks. And whenever I was really hungry, I would eat, and then I would chug like two bottles of water, and I would feel a lot better afterwards. But I would get a little frustrated because I'm like, I saw the results and I was like, yeah, that's great, but I'm like, why am I so hungry? So I just want to encourage you with that. Eat as much as you want. Don't think about calories. Don't think about protein or all these other things, and we'll talk about all that in another video. But for now, don't think about those things. Just eat low carb. So what are these low carb items? Again, meat, cheese, of course meat, bacon is a meat, but I always like to add that separately since it's more like a breakfast item, like bacon and breakfast sausage, butter, avocados, asparagus, zucchini, squash, what else? Cabbage, Those are all really good low carb vegetables, and eat as much as you want, of these things, of, your chicken, of, cheese and bacon, and eat it all. Okay, for these first 2 weeks you're not counting anything. Later on, I'll talk to you later about counting your macros and all that kind of stuff, but for now, just eat low carb meals. Okay, don't just eat whatever under the sun, because that's what got us here in the first place, right? Eat as much low carb as you want so that you can feel satisfied. And remember, whenever you eat high fat, you're satisfied longer. So after you already got your mind straight, you already weighed yourself, and I'm letting you know to eat as much as you want these first 2 weeks. Now you're gonna have to go grocery shopping, right? Find out the things that you like to eat. What is it that you like? Do you like hamburgers? Do you like pizza? Do you like what kind of vegetables do you like to eat? What kind of snack foods do you like to eat? Go and look for things at the store would be low carb. I'm gonna do you a favor and attach a grocery list of the things that I buy all the time. I hope it'll help you out a little bit so you can kind of see what I buy all the time. I mean, these are things that I just have this list, and I constantly buy these things. I purchase and I repurchase these things because they have helped me to be able to lose weight. I eat all these things without worrying about weight gain because I am constantly losing weight. So like I said before, drink lots of water. Another beverage that I like to drink is Powerade Zero. I prefer the blue kind. My husband prefers the purple. My sister, I don't know what she prefers. What does she prefer? I don't remember the flavor that she prefers. But black? I like the blue one, and I always buy the blue one just because that's my favorite flavor. Sorry, Alex. Sorry, Melissa. But I always buy the blue one. Hopefully that's okay. But I always buy the blue Powerade Zero. Make sure it's zero. But I know that Gatorade also has a zero. Gatorade Zero, and I don't know what kind of flavors, but I've tried some of theirs, and Gatorade's just not my thing. I like Powerade better. So it has lots of electrolytes in it, and it's a myth that electrolytes are only to be consumed if you're in a sport, or if you're doing high intensity this or that. Keto causes you to use the bathroom a lot, so you're constantly needing to rehydrate yourself, and that's because the carbs and the sugar have caused a lot of inflammation in our bodies, and so we are being detoxed. So we are constantly getting rid of all those toxins, and so we need to replenish with electrolytes, because our body isn't made up of water, it's made up of electrolytes, and so we need to replenish those so that we can be hydrated. So again, Powerade, or maybe even those smart waters that have electrolytes in them. Find something that have electrolytes, but make sure that you again check the back of the bottle to make sure that it doesn't have any hidden sugars. That's where you're kind of need to be careful with. But with the Powerade Zero, there's no sugar in it, so you're good. My next tip on starting keto would be keep your meals simple. Protein, vegetables, fat. Okay, avocado and cheese are a really good source of fat, and it's easy to just kind of add them to your meal. Don't overcomplicate things. Breakfast could just be eggs, meat, avocado, or cheese. Lunch can be a big salad. I mean, some people even tell you to eat cups and cups of lettuce because it's a good fiber and this and that, and plus it fills you up and it has like little to no carbs. And so eat a big salad, put a piece of chicken on there with cheese, bacon, get an egg in there, either a fried egg or a boiled egg, cucumbers, what else, ranch, You know, again, with dressings, you do have to be careful. I'm telling you that you don't have to count your macros and count how many carbs you're eating in this first 2 weeks or whatever, but turn your salad dressing around and be careful what you're getting, because a lot of those salad dressings have a lot of sugar in them. And so ranch is always a really good one. But again, look, when you go to the grocery store, look for your favorite dressing, but turn it around and check in the back to see how much sugar and maybe even carbs it has, and maybe compare it with other dressings. And I know this sounds like a pain in the butt, because you have to actually look to see what you're eating, but in order for there to be a change, that you have to start doing something different, right? And dinner, you can have something simple like chicken and asparagus with butter and another avocado, or some cheese on top of that. Or even if you get a piece of chicken and turn it into like a pizza kind of thing, where you get a piece of chicken with some marinara sauce, cheese, pepperoni, stick that sucker in the oven, and you have yourself a meal, you know. Pair that with a salad, or pair that with some vegetables, some steamed or some kind of vegetable like broccoli or cauliflower, sauteed in some butter, and you got yourself a meal. Keep it simple. Don't overthink this. If you overthink all of your meals, then you're just gonna get frustrated, and especially the first 2 and 3 weeks, you're gonna get frustrated if you overthink everything. Keep it simple. Bare minimum. There you go. That's what not bare minimal. So keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Okay. So since I'm telling you to keep it simple, sweets is always a factor with me. I always have to have something sweet. A lot of people say, well, once you're on keto, then if you're doing it right, then you're not going to crave anything sweet. Well, I mean, I'm still losing weight, but I still want something sweet. So, I mean, if you're telling me I'm doing keto wrong because I still want something sweet, then, I mean, whatever, you know. But even with sweets, for these first 2 or 3 weeks, keep it simple as well. I know you've probably gone on Pinterest and seen lots of different recipes for different keto desserts and that kind of thing. Now, if you want to do all that, I mean, go for it. But again, I would keep it simple at first. Remember, you're still detoxing. You're still trying to get into the swing of things. The thing that I would tell you to do is choose a fat bomb. Fat bombs are probably the easiest dessert that you can make at home. I made some just tonight, and it was super simple. It took like 3 minutes to put together, and I popped them in the fridge, and they were ready in 5 minutes after that, you know. So it took about 10 minutes for everything. So what is a fat bomb? A fat bomb is a small dessert that the base is either coconut oil or butter or cream cheese. It has a good fat as the base, and then you add either like peanut butter, or you add coconut, or you add cocoa powder, or you add some chocolate into it, and you add a little bit of sweetener. You can add nuts to it. If you Pinterest fat bombs, you're gonna get, I mean, hundreds of different recipes. I will link some of my favorite ones down below that are going to be easy for you, but that are also delicious. So maybe one video, I can make a whole video of a few fat bombs if you let me know. So like this video and comment down below if you want me to make a video like that. So this is it. These are the starting things that you need to do to begin keto. Let's recap. First of all, it's your mindset, right? It's your mindset. You got to change this before you can change anything else. The second thing is that you have to make sure that you remove those temptations from you. Again, if it's not doable for you, I understand, but then it goes back to this, right? If you're surrounded by chips and all that kind of stuff, you got to say, dude, I already know what this tastes like. I don't need to eat this anymore. You know, I can eat that later. In about 3 weeks. You know, that's another thing. Let me give you one more tip. I'm sorry. Do keto at least 3 weeks without cheating. I know that seems like a big thing, you know, but I know you can do it. Do keto 3 weeks. No treat days. No a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do your best to just follow through with these 3 weeks. I promise you, you will reap the rewards of doing it. Okay? Then after that, maybe give yourself a treat day. If not, if you're good and you're solid and you can continue going, go for it. But do it at least for 3 weeks. Okay, so again, change your mindset. Remove the temptation. Weigh yourself in the morning. Okay? After you use the bathroom. You're first going to be hungry, so eat as much as you want. Don't count your macros. Don't check to see how many carbs you're eating or sugars you're eating or how much fat you're eating. Just eat until you're satisfied, as long as you're eating keto, meaning low carb meals. Okay? Then go shopping for all your keto foods. That way you can make sure that you stock up your fridge with things that you can eat without feeling deprived for not being able to eat other things. Drink lots of water and electrolytes. Keep your meals simple. Choose not to go crazy on the desserts right now. Definitely don't do Atkins bars or any kind of other even Russell Stover's sugar-free things for these first 3 weeks. Don't do it. Okay, maybe later on you can add them after these 3 weeks, but for these first 3 weeks, keep it simple. Okay, simple ingredients, simple things, because those things have added this and added that. So the whole mantra of this video apparently is keep it simple. And so keep it simple. Eat things that are low carb, eat things that are satisfy you, eat as much as you want for these first 2-3 weeks, this time where you are getting used to everything, where your body's starting to adapt to eating this way. And then later on you can choose more complicated recipes and look up things and do all the crazy keto cakes and all these kind of things later on. But right now, keep it simple. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Comment down below, what are things that you want to see? What are you striving for? What are your goals? Let me know down below. What is something that you are looking forward to? What is something that you're not looking forward to? What's the most difficult thing that you feel is going to be for you, versus what are the things that you know is going to happen because you've chosen to do this? So anyway, comment down below. Let's be interactive with one another, and like this video. Can you like it for me, please? It really helps me out. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and follow me on Facebook, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell if you want to see more content as I bring it out. Thanks for watching, guys. I love ya, and see you next time. Bye.